Previously on Track.
Woo! Hell of a day.
Yeah, we made it here to Peebles, Scotland.
I mean, here I think you just have to ride the terrain the way it comes. The steep part, there's so many trees, it's dark.
I almost crashed like 5 times.
I did.
Yeah. No shuttling, no lifts.
87 kilometers in 2 days. 45 minutes of race, it's totally crazy, yeah.
Chris Ball's like, yeah, welcome to my hood. You're gonna suffer.
The barley is at the base of the process. The greater the quality of it, the greater the quality of the end product. It takes a minimum of 3 years to make Scotland's most famous export. Anything good is aged for at least 8. The best for much longer. Remarkable then how it took just 2 days racing the trails here to ingrain just how memorable this stop was going to be. Scotland, raw and steep. Drink it in. Pre-game predictions. If they all came true, the Broncos would have won the last Super Bowl. Spain would be romping to another World Cup championship, and Jerome Clementz would already be well on his way to his second consecutive Enduro World Series title.
Jerome has been doing it for a long time. Jerome is awesome. That guy is like, he's the face of the sport, and the sport needs more people like him.
Study this man's style. He basically rides like Jesus would if Jesus rode a mountain bike. Last year, he wrapped up the overall title a full race early. And with a convincing win at the first round of the Enduro World Series in Chile, many were already handing him the 2014 crown. But luck, good or bad, plays havoc with predictions. There will be no repeat for Clementz this year.
Right now it's only 2 weeks. By a month I may be pissed and angry, so maybe that will help to come back stronger.
We'll have a new overall leader when things come to an end here in Peebles. And the pundits are pointing to Jared Graves. But the leaderboard after 1 day would indicate otherwise. Another prediction to add to the pile.
There's no pressure on me. The pressure's on Jared Graves, you know? I'm trying to make it simple. Try to have 8 clean runs, and that's my goal.
Wild, wild, wild. I don't know if it's greasier, if you're just trying to push harder, or I just don't know how to ride this crap, but it's pretty wild. It was good fun though. Stage 4, I take off, I'm going. I'm in the mud, starts in the mud. I'm like, goggles are down here. I was like, you're kidding me. So I do like ride. I got to the fire road, punchy climb, and I put them on.
Unfamiliar terrain for a California native? For sure. But with the illness of Chile behind him, Keene is back in the hunt. Peebles is full of the kind of stages you can't simply He-Man down. Tight, awkward, unconventional riding. The kind of racing perfect for a hometown hero to make his mark. Joe Barnes calls these trails his own, and it shows. He would end day 1 in a surprising 2nd place. Local boy done good. The process hasn't changed a great deal over the years. Maybe it's the water, or the geography, or the climate, or some combination of them all. You spend years perfecting a recipe for success. Closely guarded trade secrets.
I've known Curtis for a long time. I think I met him in 2003, 2004, back on the circuit when he was racing downhill. It's been really exciting to see him kind of embrace enduro and kind of start, you know, really becoming one of the guys to watch, which is great. Black Box is it's our elite racing program within SRAM, and maybe the easiest way to put it, it's the keys of the candy store.
They're open to ideas and they're always testing new things.
We saw that you actually have developed a new rear shock with him. Is that just only him right now that is currently running the new Vivid Air rear shock?
There's two, Troy Brosnan and Curtis Keene, but his is specific. Like, I built it specifically for his Enduro 29, and it's a one-off. There is one of those only.
We put that on a few weeks ago, and it was just a whole different ballgame. It was like having a coil and back.
I would say I was a little surprised at how much he likes it. He's been telling me that it's changed his bike into a downhill bike, which is exactly what he was looking for some of the more aggressive stages in Europe, and I'm really glad that we were able to make that come together for him.
Bike riding, choice or impulse?
Ooh,
That's a tough question.
What? Bike riding, is it a choice or an impulse?
I think I'd like to say that bike riding was a choice, but you know, I tried other things in my life and I always came back to riding push bikes, so I guess it's pretty ingrained in me.
Dude, Greg's hauling the mail. I think that's what's making me go fast too, because he's local and like, so I'm like, don't let him catch you the whole time.
The weight of expectation. It might not feel heavy, but it can make you ride a little tighter, make you think a split second longer. Every racer deals with the weight differently. Nico Lau has finally risen to the expectations that many had for him. The Frenchman takes his first win and the overall lead in the Enduro World Series. There's a long series still ahead of us. A season with more questions now. Predictions and prognostications. If they all came true, racing wouldn't be any fun at all.